What is up? What's going on, everybody? Got to talk about this terrarium rug pull that just happened. Man, oh man, oh man, it's got to be the rug pull of the year. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on and how this thing happened. But man, oh man, this is crazy. Milton puts out a letter stating that, the liquidity for the Terrarium V2 has been drained due to meme coins and people withdrawing their money from the Terra 2 for meme coin season, right? Which has got to be one of the biggest laughable things of the year for me. I mean, so you have this big multi-million-dollar blockchain centralized exchange launch pad, office buildings, payroll, business, and meme coin season breaks you. I mean, this just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It wasn't meme coin season that broke them. Literally, they came out 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, maybe, and said that they were going to move the liquidity from V2 to this new quantum token that they were trying to create. I think that's how you say it, quantum, quanta, whatever it is. It was never going to happen. We all knew it was never going to happen. We all knew that this token was never going to launch. We knew that this thing was a rug since V1, and since they transferred to V2. The team was pulling liquidity out when they did the migration from V1 to V2. They were selling off the marketing wallet. They were dumping on the community. All of this was going on. They tried to pin this thing on Dr. Romana, but come to find out, it wasn't Dr. Romana. It was actually Milton selling off the supply. And not only was he selling off the supply, but he was also buying meme coins with it. So here's some pictures of this new, and then come to find out that the team actually started a new business called Blockworks or Block World or something like that. But here's a picture of the office of their new business that they created. Looks awfully familiar to the Terrarium office. So basically, what they did is they took your liquidity, they came over here, they drained your liquidity and started a new business. And this is what happened. Here's the some screenshots from the website of the team for this new business. These guys look familiar to you. These guys look there's a guy that looks familiar, Dr. Praveen right there. So he's part of this new business. I mean, these guys should look eerily familiar to you. And along with this guy Air, he should look familiar to you too. So these are the people that are on this new business that was created. So obviously, they took your liquidity, started this new business, and are going to move on about their lives while you guys, the people that were invested in Tera 2, are sitting there wondering where their money is. Well, your money's gone. It's worthless. It means nothing. It's gone. And that's just how rug pull happens, right? And then you go on here to where Milton decides that it's a good idea for him to come on Twitter and try to defend what is on the undefensible, right? Which is rug pulling a project, right? So here you have him. He's talking about Dr. Romana, who actually came out and blew the lid off of this thing and literally was telling the truth, and everybody else was sitting here, basically saying to Dr. Romana he was a liar, he was this, he was that, he was no good. And, they held a whole AMA on Believe's channel, and then they came on mine and Dr. Crypto's Twitter space and still tried to, paint Dr. Romana as this guy who was lying. And, they jumped off of that Twitter space real fast because they realized that we were asking them some questions that they didn't want to answer. And then when Skywalker came up, Milton really ran for the hills because he definitely didn't want to answer any blockchain questions. So that should have been a sign for you guys to get up out of there. But he's talking about Dr. Romana selling. Look, if Dr. Romana bought tokens in the project and he sold them, then that's his business. The same with Dr. Praveen, who bought tokens in this project and sold them. He sold them. Dr. Praveen sold the tokens, some of the tokens that he bought, in his wallets. So didn't Dr. Romana, and so did Milton. And the issue here is not that. The issue here is that they were selling off the supply. Milton was selling off the supply, which was tokens that were not purchased, were put in there. Were put in there basically at token launch for marketing and things like that. And he was selling them off for his own personal gain, to buy hotels and to supposedly pay staff who doesn't really have anything out in development, right? So I don't know what I don't really know what he was paying for. And then Milton decides that he wants to tweet again at IB Blunt, who was one of the biggest Kool-Aid drinkers in Terrarium. I mean, hung out at RD Price's house, drank the Kool-Aid, was the biggest supporter of Terrarium. And basically Milton is challenging him to a fight on Monday. This is your guys' lead dev right here. This is how he's handling business. He's challenging some of the people that backed him up the most to a fight, because now IB Blunt seen the light of day and realizes that this was a rug, and basically is calling him out to a fight on Monday. IB Blunt obviously replies to this and says that he's going to meet him in the school on Monday, which is absolutely absurd and absolutely ridiculous for Milton to be doing this. And this was the CEO of Tera to the folded up Quantum, and now the new Blockworks, Block World, wherever it is, that they've taken your liquidity and opened. This is that dude. This is that guy. So when you look at this thing, man, it's not looking too good for you guys in Terrarium. I'm sorry that they rug pulled you. I'm sorry that this happened. But we told you that this was happening way back in August. Everybody fudded the hell out of us, had us all over the place, and was telling us that we were lying. We didn't know what we were talking about. We were crazy. This was never going to happen. So on and so forth. And that's all water under the bridge, right? But at the end of the day, Terrarium, Tera Rug pulled, and they took the liquidity and they started a new company. And and that's what happened. The new token was never going to come out. I called this weeks ago saying that there was no migration set up for the new token, that this thing was never going to launch. It was never going to happen. Now you have Milton out here acting like a fool, challenging people to a fight. I hope for the cryptocurrency space that Milton and Dr. Praveen and that whole team, including RD Price and all the rest of them fools, start this company. Don't start cryptocurrency project with this company. They just start the company, and then they stay the hell out of the crypto world and the crypto aspect of it, because obviously they're no good for crypto. And anybody who got wrecked, I'm sorry. It is, these things happen in crypto when you deal with clowns like this. But I told you guys a while ago, and I'll tell you guys again, if you hang out with enough clowns, eventually you get a circus. And that's why I got out a long time ago, a long time ago, because I seen the clowns, I seen the circus, I seen it coming. So with that, guys, sorry, Terrarium Rug Pull. Milton said karma will come back around. Milton, you're right. Karma's coming back to bite you right in the butt, man. And sorry, not sorry for you, man. And I hope if you do meet IB Blunt, IB on Monday, that IB takes care of what he's got to take care of, and maybe you can show us a picture of what he took care of when he's done, because pretty sure the community would like that. So with that, guys, go ahead and like this video, share this out. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Getting so close to being monetized. So go ahead and hit that sub button. Free for you. It means a lot for me. Everybody have a great day. Catch you on the next one.